This is of a Scarlett Johansson movie that came out back in the 2000s. Yeah, when she was really young, and it's a fun little romantic comedy called In Good Company. And this is about an hour and 50 minutes. So let's get started. It's a lot longer. It's about as long as her other movie that I did, Ghost World. I wonder why it's that long. I don't get it, but whatever. Let's do this. It starts with an alarm clock. There's Dennis Quaid again. A Paul Weitz film. Topher Grace is in it too. In Good Company. David Paymer's in the movie. Clark Gregg from the MCU. Philip Baker Hall is in the movie. First response, that's a pregnancy text. Ty Burrell from Modern Family. This is what he did before that. Hold on. Lakers tickets. Yeah, they don't. Now people just rather read stuff on their phones. It says the best American film of 2004. Wow, that was a long time ago. That was before Scarlett was cast in the MCU. Paul and Chris Weitz, they produced the film. Mm-hmm. This is when Topher Grace left the show, that 70s show. Yeah, now kids are like, they're infants and they have phones. Why? Because parents can't raise their kids anymore. Machines have to now. It's a PG-13 movie, so there's no F-bombs here. He's a maniac, maniac. I miss those blockbuster commercials from the 90s and the 2000s. There was one with two guinea pigs. Yeah, well, no, it was a guinea pig. No, it was a rabbit and a kitty pig. Yeah. And Topher Grace has charm, but he was in one of the worst movies from last year, Flight Risk, which I didn't even see. How can Mel Gibson make movies that win Oscars and then make schlock that's on like Tubi every month or on Netflix? You know, one of those throwaway movies that you watch once and never watch it again, like Lift with Kevin Hart. That was a couple years ago too. This is not a franchise. This is a one-off movie with Scarlett Johansson. So yeah, because I want to only do one movie per franchise this month because it's a long month. February is different because it's short. It's only 20. Hello, beautiful. You're so yummy. Mm. No matter what year it was, Scarlett Johansson just was born beautiful, and she can act. That's something a lot of these girls can't. If she was Smurfette, it would have been better than Rihanna. I would have said that. Marge Hellenberger, yeah, she was in Species. What do you mean you can't be rich? She's a woman. Yeah. You mean you're done with that? Marge Hellenberg wasn't 90 in this movie. She's still not 90. A woman could get pregnant at almost any time, even if you don't expect it. You stay in bed with a woman and you expect nothing to happen. Again, I haven't seen this movie in years. That's why I'm going back to these. Yeah, Jack Wade is what his son, and he's a good actor too. Nova King was one of my favorite films from last year because it made me laugh, and it wasn't some preachy garbage, and it wasn't over 2 hours. Selma Blair, yeah, yeah. That's not what groom means. I groom my hair, see? This film's a little bit long, just like Ghost World was. Nobody can. Jobs come and jobs go. There she is. The meet cute. Mm. Good morning, John says. This is a romantic comedy drama. I carefully see this movie Kiss I Cry out of some of the romantic comedies dramas that came out in the last 10 years. Yeah, because now they have to be crass and offensive and just not funny. They're afraid to be funny because they're afraid to push the envelope. Even though comedy is subjective. Comedy is subjective in all genres, whether it's an action comedy, romantic comedy, or a dramedy, or a horror comedy. There's always going to be something subjective about it. What some people find funny, I might not find funny, and that's fine. She plays tennis. Hmm. Look at that face. Majestic. Scarlett Johansson is a New Yorker, you know. At least we cared about her as Black Widow, unlike the new one. Morty. An office. I just don't like going to an office. It's boring. I went to so many offices in the last 10 years. It's just dull. It's no bigger than my room, you know? That's weird, right? He has green eyes. We only need a few more weeks until February, so today's the 8th. Yes, the 8th. Foreman, and that was Topher Grace's last name in that '70s show, Eric Foreman. But I saw some of that show. I didn't see the whole thing, and it's hard to watch now because Danny Masterson is a pervert. You know what he did. Ooh, yeah, that didn't age well. Because, you know, what happened that day. And he got hit with the car. You see, you shouldn't be distracted when you're driving. Mm-hmm. You get what you deserve, buddy. Always keep your eyes on the road. I know. He just got that car and it broke the headlight. People need to be careful when they're on the road. Almost, he broke his arm too. This is why I don't use a cell phone every day. I use it when I have to do a podcast, and I text my mom when I go out. But oh, you should have listened. Oh, Selma, that hurts, man. Lauren Tom, yeah, she's a voice actress. Poor Topher Grace, he has to Be alone. Well, at least Scarlett Johansson's in the movie. She's a fair trade up for some player. Starbucks. No, I'm not gonna drink that much coffee. It'll kill me. 26 minutes in. I don't. Hmm. Well, you're not Disney. Disney has billions of dollars. It's not a real cereal. He was good in Interstellar. Everything has ads now. Every streaming service has ads. Even Netflix has ads now because they put that now. Get it? Because he's Hispanic, so they have to clean everything. I'm psyched for the movies coming out in the spring. Is that salmon? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, this movie's not hilarious, but it's cute. Wingman. Let's take some of this. Oh, way, oh, way. There. UPS. Because if there was a time to see this movie, it's in the winter. Because it's long. Winter's very long. Oh no. Spoon fell. Damn it. Monkeys. Just move on, man. When a girl leaves you, just move on. It's hard to move on, but you gotta do it. It's a fish. Oh, fish. I have to eat it with my hands because I don't have a spoon. It's okay, it's gelatin. I can eat it without a spoon. The locomotion. There's two actors from the MCU in this movie. Clark Gregg was Coulson, and then of course Scarlett Johansson was Black Widow, the only Black Widow I ever needed. New York Rangers. Okay, that was funny. At least Topher Grace has energy in this movie. These two spend more time in the movie than he does with Scarlett Johansson. Some people are huggers. I like huggers if they're nice. Not. I don't like people grabbing me though. Like grabbing me, I hate that. No, that's not a problem. Age has nothing to do with it. Success could come at any time. You know, Robert Downey Jr. was like in his 40s when he finally got Iron Man. Hello, beautiful. Josh knows why I'm crazy about her. I mean, look at her. Her beauty is beyond words sometimes. I'm just like, if I met her, I don't know how I would react. Hey, hey, look at Xena Gray from Snow Day and Max Keeble. Even when Scarlett Johansson wasn't even 20 yet, she's just her voice and those big juicy lips. I can't get enough of it. Leeched on, get it? Because he was Venom. Mm, mm. I keep saying that she's still the most gorgeous blonde I have ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot of gorgeous blondes, but she just has this you know, unrelenting beauty that I can't resist. And you drop dinner on the floor. And don't you hate when that happens? That's disgusting, yeah. Even it. Oh, no, you're not. The most beautiful. No, there's no way. Wait, of course not. She's the most beautiful girl, blonde girl I have ever seen in my life. And I met a lot of blondes at Comic Con, and also in real life, because I met Olivia Wilde, and she's absolutely stunning. And she's only a couple of months older than me. It was weird. Her and Olivia Wilde. Because Scarlett's birthday's in November of 1984, and I was born in January of 1985, so she's only 2 months older than me. Olivia Wilde was born March of 1984. Had to get Domino's Pizza. Yeah, again, product placement. This is a this is a major this is a major studio. This is done by Universal, which is not an independent circuit. They had a huge year last year. Jeez. Also, weed is not illegal anymore. Back in 2004 it was. Now it's not because people smoke it all the time. I gotta breathe those horrible fumes every time I go outside, especially in the daytime. At night, not so much, but during the day, everybody's huffing and puffing and vaping more than breathing real air, you know? My lungs crave air. That pizza did look good. No, they didn't show it, but there it is. Oh, yeah. My favorite pizza chain. I've eaten Domino's since I was a little kid, and I love that. The taste of it. I hate Papa John's. It's the worst pizza I've ever tasted. With Domino's, it has this taste that I just keep coming back for more, man. And they have the best deals too. I like Little Caesars also and Pizza Hut. Mm, that pizza does look good, man. I mean, why do you think the Ninja Turtles ate it in the first movie? It's so good, man. Mm, mm. 43 minutes in. Mm. I don't blame. I don't blame every guy in any movie that works with Scarlett Johansson falling in love with her. I mean, look at her. Excuse me. I better use my Flonase. I've been I've been snotting a lot lately, and I'm like, it's these allergies. NYU. I know where that is. Weed. Again, people can smoke it now and not get arrested. Unless you're underage or something. My sister went to college. I didn't get emotional because she went to college in Staten Island. That wasn't that far from me. He's right-handed. I'm left-handed. Yep, that sucks. But again, I don't want to do the paperwork. That's why I only want to get married once. Exactly. MSG, John Cho. Yeah, because John Cho, yeah. I recently did, Harold and Kumar Christmas last month. It's funny. Him and Cal Penn are great together. I got to see the first two films for and review them for like May because they're both Asian. So, oh, so you're Deadpool now. Companies buy other companies. Look what Netflix is gonna do with Warner Brothers this year. I'm not worried though. We're still gonna get Supergirl in the theater. As long as it happens, I'm fine. I gotta lie down. This movie's a little long. It's an hour and 50 minutes. I think it could have been an hour and 35 because it's a romantic comedy. But there's some stuff about marketing. I'm like, no, I'm not really that into that. That's what I don't like about the film. It's not the dialogue or the acting. I'm so tired. I had a long, long week. At least I did. This is before Mel Gibson did that. Mel Gibson said the same thing in 2006. Hmm. That's just how it is. Downsize. I have to do that to some of the movies in my collection because I have too many films. But I don't want to give into the streaming bug. I stream when I have to, not because I want to. Most of the time, I like to watch movies on DVD, Blu-ray, or digitally because at least then there's no ads. He slept on the couch. Some people thought cutting a comedy down to an hour and 36 is considered a studio mandate. It's not a studio mandate. Some genres don't need to be. Oh, that hurts. It is to let somebody go. Sucks to get fired. I've never been fired. I quit jobs that I had to, or finished it because don't they give them severance pay or something? A severance package? You know, 3 hours is too much to of an investment of your time, Josh. If the Odyssey is that long, it needs an intermission or some kind of break because I cannot sit in the theater for that long. It just hurts too much. Shaking. I usually don't drink that much coffee because again, it 56 minutes in. If I see her at Comic Con, I don't know how I'm going to react. I really don't. I might faint. I might jump for joy. I don't know because I've always wanted to meet her. Because when I met Olivia Wilde, it's like time stopped because I couldn't believe it was her in the flesh. I was like, I couldn't move. My face, I couldn't move. I was just glued onto her. WB Mason. Just so petite. That's disgusting. Um, um, global com sucks. Corporations do suck sometimes. Again, I don't blame you, Topher Grace. Yes, you are. Mm. I'm gonna tell her that if I go to Comic Con. Like, you're the most gorgeous blonde I have ever seen in my life. Tell her to her face, because I'm not afraid to say something. More music. Why Spanish? Scarlett Johansson. That doesn't set the mood for me. We're an hour in. We're more than halfway through the movie. Those. Mm. Okay, that was kind of funny. No, I don't. I never use that. I don't like to use pipes. Pipes are meant for the wall, not for my mouth. Look at how gorgeous she is. Oh, Miss. MasterCard, yeah. Target. It's a lot of product placement in this movie. There's a fire another guy. Yeah, I mean, how many people is gonna let go? Huh? Basketball. $65 minutes in. Toys R Us is not around anymore. There's only like a small store in Bulls now. But it's not the same though. It's not like what it used to be when I was a kid. Sales rats. For two. Just dead. You're not Shaq. He thought he thought he could dunk. He can't. He broke his arm just like Topher Grace did earlier in the film. Beautiful face. What's her name? She can. Foxhole. I enjoyed my birthday cake from a couple of days ago. No, yeah, I don't need to see that. That wasn't necessary. That wasn't necessary. That could have been cut. A necklace. A necklace. 2001 didn't put any agenda in their politics. They didn't know. Mostly they didn't. And there it is. He found out a window. New York City cabs. Yeah. They still exist, but people rather take Ubers or Lyfts. That that's awkward. Don't worry, my dad's never gonna say that to me. I'm an adult. Oh, she's so beautiful, huh? You just, geesh. Who doesn't? Again, I get it. Thanks. McDonald's. See, I told you women are cats. Diet Pepsi. Hmm. 80 minutes in, we're almost. There's like 30 minutes left. About 30 minutes left. Hmm. Hmm. And Scarlett can make a movie just two people talking interesting. Florence can't. She's boring and not attractive to me, and she can't act. Sorry, but she doesn't have the Oscar credentials that Scarlett does, or the face, or the charisma, or I should say Riz. Yeah, it's not the Notebook, but it'll do. That's a movie that came out in that year, same year, and everybody overblew it as the greatest romantic drama of all time. I saw it, and I just don't like the ending. No, on the contrary. Yeah, this is the only cameo from Malcolm McDowell. Yeah, because he was not in the whole film. Legendary actor Malcolm McDowell. He's only a cameo in the movie because they showed his face in the beginning. Because it's an hour and 25 minutes into the movie. Ouch. They can. I know. A hand. I don't do that. Everything is on a computer now. They were. This movie was ahead of its time. That's what everything. That's everything that Disney does. Sell products. Sell, sell, sell. 90 minutes in. He's barely in the movie. Yikes. That is a good line. Look at the close-ups of their faces. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the MCU and people don't remember me. And he worked with Scarlett Johansson in the Avengers. I love that movie. I don't care if Joss Whedon directed. It's still a classic, guys. What he did with the Justice League is not going to affect that because that was a mistake that DC made. Just remember that. That's why DC had to reboot, and we got Superman. Now we have a new Superman, Supergirl, and everything, and that's fine with me because I wasn't really into the DCU from the start when Man of Steel came out. They had their moments, but there was a lot of garbage, and they made a lot of bad decisions that cost them millions. Like trying to get The Rock to be the head of the DCU. That didn't work. In wrestling, it's scripted. They give the people the wins that they deserve, but in real life, it doesn't work that way. Sorry, Rock. Malcolm McDowell, that was just a cameo, so it doesn't count. Hmm. I do like the cast. I think the cast really sells this movie. If not, this will be really boring. If these were foreigners, I'd be like asleep by now. We're almost done. I think the movie should have just ended right here. He sold us. The sad moments. Ugh. Boom, boom, boom. John Cho was also just a cameo because he was doing Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle around this time. Scarlett was filming the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. She did the voice for that. She was the main fish girl. Neptune's daughter. She's so cute. No. What was stupid was replacing him in that '70s show with some other guy we don't care about. That was stupid. Hmm. Hmm. It's almost 12 o'clock. I'm glad I did this podcast early because the movie's long. It's a little bit long. I think like Trading Places. It could have been like 10 minutes shorter. They could have cut some of the stuff out that I don't need, like Dennis Quaid mooning the camera. You don't need that. It's not necessary, guys. I saw enough of that last year in Gen 5 and Peacemaker, so I don't want to see that for a while. Mm-hmm. Of course he does. Her voice is so soothing, man. Her and Elizabeth Olsen, they have that soothing, girly voice that people behind this thought that the link means substance. No, it could have been cut. Like, not the romance. I think the romance is fine. I'm saying like some side characters could have been trimmed. Like Malcolm McDowell, I think he could have been cut from the movie. I know it would have some of the plot points would have been a little jumbled, but they could have done this without having Malcolm McDowell in the movie because there's no Brits in the movie besides him, and he's not needed in the film. He's just in one scene. Yeah, Josh saw my shrine for her on Facebook and also on my wall. I mean, look at how many posters I have of her on my wall. Yeah, I'm obsessed with her. Her and Brie Larson are like the two most gorgeous blondes in the MCU. In the history of the MCU, there's no one that can come close. Because Elizabeth Olsen's a brunette, but her sisters are blonde. And of course, we got Natalie Portman is my favorite actress of all time. And then we got who else? Menger's definitely a rising star because I saw her at Comic Con last year, so I told her to keep up the good work because she was really good. No matter what Marvel does in the next 5 phases, Menger was never the problem in Phase 4. I was so happy when I got a sister in 1992 because I love her more than anything. She means the world to me, and I don't want anything bad to happen to her. An hour and 45 minutes. It could have just ended here. Feels good. And that's the end of the movie. An hour and 20 An hour and 45 minutes. That was In Good Company. Decent film, but I think it could have been shorter. It's a decent film. If you've never seen it, it's worth a watch because Scarlett is always charming in it. It's very likable and beautiful, and we get it. But and Topher Grace is good in this movie. Some people say he didn't do good films, but this is one of his decent films. That he's not whiny or something like that. He actually has some personality. So thanks for watching, guys. And tomorrow I'll be doing another podcast for you guys because it's winter and I have to do as many as I can. Not every day though. After Sunday, I'm going to take a little break because I need it. Yeah.